Well, good afternoon and welcome to the Fayette County Fair. We hope this is the first of many. My name is Joe Costa. I'm the president of the Red Mile, and we are committed to helping this become an
Testing one.
And in that regard, it is my honor to invite the chairman of the Kentucky Racing Commission, Mr. Frank Kling, to say a few words.
Thank you, Joe. I'm here just to share some great information, but first I want to thank Joe and people like Ken Jackson and Mark Guilfoyle. These are the guys that make this happen, and thank you, Joe, for raising the bar this year. It's been terrific. Here's the good news. These are numbers I haven't scrubbed. They look great. Nominations. Let me talk about how this has increased in the last 3 years. In 2014, we had 69 yearlings for nomination. This year, we have 482. That's a 600% plus increase in nominations. Under 2-3-year-old eligibility, in 2014, we had 108. Now we have 494. That's 350,000 plus additional eligible for 2- and 3-year-olds. Total nominations are up from 177 to 976, which is 450% increase. Now here's the big news. Nomination fees generated. It went from $108,000 in 14 to over $515,000 this year. So that's an appreciation to people that really knew what they were doing, like Commissioner Jackson, where is he, and Mark and these guys. So it's big numbers, big increases, and then we hope for even greater numbers next year. So thank you very much. Appreciate it. Joe.
Thank you, Chairman. Now it's my honor to introduce a living legend, the greatest standardbred driver in the history of our sport, and his second job is now president of the Hamiltonian Society, Mr. John Campbell.
Thank you, Joe. This is an exciting day for the Hamiltonian Society, our directors and staff. The mandate of the Hamiltonian Society is to support and promote the breeding of the standardbred horse. I don't think anything does that better than a new $1 million race. I'd like to thank the owners of the Red Mile, George Siegel, Frank Antonacci, and Joe Thompson, Mark Guilfoyle and Ken Jackson of the Kentucky Sires Stakes and the Kentucky Horse Racing Commission, Brian Miller from the Bluegrass Sports Commission, Kip Cornett of the Cornett Agency, and Joe Costa and his staff here at the Red Mile. We will all be working together to support, plan, coordinate, and implement to make this a great event for harness racing, the city of Lexington, and the state of Kentucky. The Hamiltonian Society is proud to be part of this initiative. Thank you.
Thank you, John. Thank you to the Hamiltonian Society. We're all very excited about having that race here. And last but not least, Lexington's favorite mayor, my friend, Jim Gray.
Thanks, Joe. Don't go too far, Joe. I'm going to give this microphone right back to you here in just a second. Well, it's another, what could we say here, Joe and Frank and John and Senator? It's a $1 million race, and it will be a $3 million day in the long and rich legacy of the Red Mile in Lexington. Folks, that was an applause line. Thank you. You know, being here, I was just talking to Joe, and I said, now, Joe, when was it that the Red Mile was first organized, first founded? And the year was 1875. And that tells you what a long and rich legacy and long and rich history we've got right here. This event, what's going to be happening September the 29th? September the 29th, right, John? September the 29th of next year is going to be another milestone for the Red Mile. And all of us appreciate that. What a great crowd you got. I got to say, too, Joe, Thank you for your patience, your persistence, and the time that you've been here, your stewardship of this great institution, and we appreciate the Fayette County Fair, too. Thank you all. Joe, here you go, buddy. Brian, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Do you want to say a few words? Oh, that's the end of the press conference. We'll be having races start hopefully on time at 3 o'clock. So thank you all for your attention. Appreciate it.